Welcome back, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Evan.
Happy Monday to you all.
Hello.
We're very, very excited to hop into Arrested Development. This is a show that I think we both look forward to every single week.
Yeah, this is a big shot of manic energy that I absolutely love.
It's an espresso shot straight to the soul.
Yeah,
oh God, it's so funny.
Mondays are a long day as far as number of shows we record,
Yeah.
and this is like Arrested Development. We just get a kickback and have that little jolt of a good time.
Yeah, truly, because we have like Dairy Girls, Arrested Development, West Wing, 30 Rock.
Right.
That's quite the lineup.
Oh, our Mondays are great so far. We're almost done with Dairy Girls, and we'll be switching that up very, very soon. But I was thinking about this morning. When I have friends that talk about this show, they all say they love this show, right? They love Arrested Development, and they mention the characters in the cast, But there's the two people that they don't ever seem to mention when they talk about it, which surprises me because I feel like they steal the show quite often. David Cross as Tobias and Tony Hale as Buster. They talk about Job, right? They talk about both of the parents. Obviously, they talk about Jason Bateman, Michael, but no one really mentions Tobias or Buster.
Crazy because they're
so good.
They stand out to me.
Right? Yeah, that last episode with Buster when Buster was hanging out with Michael for the day. Oh my God, that just killed me.
Yeah, and honestly, Tobias, his little side quests that we have, his little subplots, I find myself looking forward to those the most.
And I've mentioned this before, like how much improv is on the show. Yes. I honestly feel like David Cross might be the only person that they really give a leash to.
And feel surprised,
just in terms of the feel of the scenes and what he's doing. That they kind of like run with it a little bit, and we'll see, and so we'll see what fits in. And I feel like he's doing a little bit of improv. You can't do too much, right? Because the script is so important with the kind of setup payoff they do. Yeah. You can't do too much improv, but there seems to be enough, at least in what he's doing.
I feel like he might be the most underrated comic out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he does a lot of stand-up, but I feel like improv is more his thing really than stand-up.
Sure. I wonder where he started. I wonder if he was like a Chicago what is the place in Chicago called?
It's Second City.
Second City. Yeah. I wonder if he was ever there.
The first thing, when I first became aware of him, when it was probably 20 years ago, when he was on a sketch show on HBO with Bob Odenkirk.
Yes.
Mr. Show with Bob and Dave.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, at the time when I was young, was my favorite sketch show.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I thought, back then, I would tell people, I think this is funnier than SNL.
Yeah. Truly, it is.
I mean, I used to buy seasons of it on DVD.
Really?
Well, I just never had cable.
No, sure, but still, that's
right.
That's true fandom.
Yeah, no, I don't have anymore. I'm sure I sold them to garage sale or something. but no, I loved that show. I thought that show was hilarious, and he was so good on it.
It's his timing. He just has a certain goofiness about him that you can't really describe, I guess.
For sure.
But yeah, every episode with Tobias, I look forward to. Even Job is great. Michael's great.
They're all solid. Yeah, Jessica Walter's a lot of fun as their mom too.
A lot of the memes I see online are of her.
Yeah, for sure,
which is really funny. And
I don't care for Job.
What's the thing with the candy bar? I'd give you.
But I'm being withholding. Look at me getting off.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That's a real standout line. But yeah, this show, it's just every week we look forward to it, and just throwing it on and sitting back and just laughing hysterically is really truly a highlight of my day.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's sad or not, but I love it so much.
We watch a lot of ensemble comedies on the show, and by the way, there is not a better kind of comedy I feel like for a series than a solid ensemble one, right?
Sure.
But this might have the best cast of any comedy I've ever seen.
I think it does. It's a great pairing with 30 Rock, and also we talked about on 30 Rock how Tina Fey is ostensibly the straight man on the show. A
lot of the times, yeah.
The straight man on this show is
Michael.
Yeah,
for sure.
But even he is so ridiculous,
Right. Yeah.
It's a next level. The absurdity is through the roof.
I think it's an underrated talent to be the straight man on, playing up against something that's so manic, right? I don't think it's easy to do what Tina Fey does on 30 Rock at all, especially as the head writer. No. I don't think it's easy for Michael here, right? I always think back to critics now when they talk about Rain Man. They say, Dustin Hoffman won his Oscar in Rain Man, but the really hard performance in that movie was Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is really the one that brought it hard in that movie because that was a hard role to pull off.
Tom Cruise is always interesting.
Yeah, he is.
But you're right. It's to be able to act off of that and to
do it well
because I feel like you would get caught up in the scene. You would see this person giving this fantastic performance or comedic performance and either not breaking or just getting lost in it. It would be so hard to like have
Sure,
to react.
but not even like from a technical standpoint like that. I just feel like not matching that energy.
The nuance.
Yeah, like you cannot
underplay it.
Yeah, you cannot match their energy in any way, which is hard to do as an actor.
One goes over, one goes under.
Yeah, it's great work.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and it makes for really good television too. All right, we do go and welcome the Chosen One, SP Maximus, and Andrei to our Patreon group. Thanks so much, guys. We're glad you're here with us.
Yes, we are. If you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you'd mind hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on new content we've come your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show, including Arrested Development, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. So if you get done watching these edits on YouTube and want to keep going, you can do it on our Patreon. You're going to have to watch on your own source material.
Yes.
You will only see near us for copyright purposes. As we mentioned, we're also watching 30 Rock. Currently is a Patreon exclusive.
A lot of new stuff coming your way too.
Michael Bluth arrived home to find the rental car his sister Lindsay had promised to return.
Lindsay, you have to cut back on everything.
Great. So now we don't have a car or a jet? Why don't we just take an ad out in I'm Poor magazine?
Look, I'm trying to get development started, all right?
So materialistic.
The
Don't
hypocrisy.
suddenly turn this into one of your causes.
It's not
The
sudden,
person who
Michael.
won't return a rental car.
I've always been deeply
Instead of the
passionate
jet.
about nature.
Yeah.
Fest.
I care deeply for nature.
You're wearing ostrich skin boots.
Well, I don't care about ostriches.
Job's girlfriend Marta had been nominated for a daytime Desi, the
That's
award
great,
given for excellence in Spanish daytime television.
And Marta seems way out of his league too.
Big time.
Yeah,
What did she see in Job?
they're right.
He promised me tickets to his girlfriend's award show.
You're going to that thing?
This is a very performative, shallow family, isn't it?
It
Mom said you could tie this for me.
Make it long so Buster doesn't seem so round.
Oh my God.
Later that day, Michael finalized the sale of the corporate jet and was also able to solve the family's transportation problem.
Be a great prop to
I
have.
haven't tried that around.
It'd be an awesome prop.
Yeah,
I hope it's still around.
gonna get some hop-ons.
Is he
Johnny
protesting
Bark.
Johnny
the
Bark.
expansion of high-cost, low-quality mini mansions like this one here?
That's funny.
Johnny Bark.
Listen, after we get that lot cleared, we're gonna have enough money for you to neuter thousands of animals. You can make dogs and cats a complete thing of the past. We will have enough money for me to replace the stair car with a normal car.
I'll do it for the cats.
Job was getting uncomfortable playing the supportive role.
Just told him that we are this family now and that career is one thing.
To prove that no prison can hold me, I will incarcerate myself in the penitentiary that holds my own father, only to escape.
Yes, let's go.
The next day, Michael got a call to meet
By the
Job
way,
at the
she's
prison.
beautiful. What's
You're
his
going
problem?
into prison? I thought there was something wrong with Dad. What?
The warden was intrigued, less about the stunt and more about the prison beatings this brash magician was sure to receive.
Any press is good press, huh?
Job went about swallowing the key to prepare for his escape.
Jameson. Oh my God.
Of course, that is going to conflict with my going to the Desi's with Marta.
Well, life's a compromise. I probably would have taken her to the nice event, but prison will be fun too.
I guess the beating for getting up in the tree.
Yeah.
Get out of our tree.
At
Ron
this
Howard,
moment,
Clint
maybe
Howard, yeah.
Oh, his name's Clint?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I would.
Sure, what are you doing here?
Life, Dad. I killed the guy. No, it's just a publicity stunt. I'll bust out of here tomorrow.
You're Marta?
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
I would be
taking
thinking
me
the
to
same
your
thing.
awards. Job
You're
said he
dating
really
Job?
appreciated you coming through for him.
Oh, sure. I haven't
I would go to the award
hired a
show.
I would too.
Yeah.
or anything.
I don't mind.
I think you might.
Yeah. It's the.
You're gonna pull up to the award show in that truck.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
be torn down, with or without you.
Will be torn down. Yeah, the truck's
Where
gone.
are the stairs?
Meanwhile, the Desis were underway.
I'd like a
can't-
vodka
Oh.
tonic, please. Vodka tonic,
Oh,
please.
this is racist.
A sea of waiters
Yeah.
and no one will take a drink order.
And Lucille Bluth crossed paths with Lucille Ostero.
No, it's Liza Minnelli.
It is Liza Minnelli.
I'm here to support you. You're the one who's all alone and likely to stay that way. My husband's just a phone call away.
You know, good for Liza for being game for this.
Yeah.
Lucille Ostero, meanwhile, perhaps because she'd never seen him without his glasses, first took notice of Buster. Buster, however, failed to notice her. And she sent him a proposition.
Sorry, you really deserved to win in there. Did you win? I don't speak Spanish.
At that moment, Michael realized that this was the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen.
You think that he steals her from Job?
I think he should.
I think so too.
Job's kind of awful.
Normally I'm against that kind of thing.
Right.
I can't use that. No, I need privacy. Yeah, no, I've always been that way. I can't go without privacy.
Well, he did not think this through at all, did he?
Not. Yes, you have.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Michael was having a wonderful time with Marta and didn't want the evening to end, while Lindsay was bonding with the man in the tree.
Oh, I'm up here, Mike. And I'm not coming down. I'm gonna save this tree no matter what it takes.
No, she's just wigged out because I have a girlfriend.
Oh, waiter hands him a note. Suddenly, he's Steve McQueen. He doesn't even know what she looks like.
You're just jumping
they're
right
the same
into
person.
this,
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's what you do when life hands you a chance to be with someone special.
Yeah, Michael's going to make a move on Marta for sure.
Meet me at the south prison wall and bring the stairs.
Oh my God.
How serious are you about Marta? I get the sense that there's not much of a future there. Am I reading that right? You're saying I'm not reading this right.
No, I'm saying move the bike. I need to jump on you to break my fall.
No, don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm a complete failure. Where'd you get that kind of talk? From you. You always say that about me.
Lindsay left the tree to sleep in her own bed, and Johnny Bark left the tree to awaken her.
Didn't mean to lead you on. I think you're gross. Uh-oh.
First time, Job had the game of catch with his father he'd been waiting for his whole life.
Okay, ready? I'm playing catch. Oh my God! Oh my God!
I'm white.
And Michael decided to share his feelings with Marta.
Job has been stabbed in the back.
Oh, that's good.
Buster, have you given any
the bandage nice touch.
thought to my offer?
I'm sorry, what? Has your hair always been that pointy, Miss Ostero?
It's Lucille.
Right.
She steals this episode.
She's so good.
Won this episode.
I'm still laughing down the hallway.
So I think I'm gonna work things out with Marta.
Of course.
You are, huh?
I was really worried about you.
God, you've got nothing to worry about. We're gonna be together for a long time.
We're family now.
I don't understand this dynamic. I was going to say, it's like the least believable thing in this whole show is why Marta would be into him.
I know. Somehow Buster makes more sense. Like,
right, yeah.
I've made a huge mistake.
Oh my God.
Buster makes a bold move.
Buster.
Let's go for it.
They date. I really do.
If Liza Minnelli's...
I'd love Liza to be on the show for a while, yeah.
What an insane...
I love it so much.
I love it. I really
love the
do.
show so much.
It's just so bananas. It really is.
Yeah.
And that's not a banana standpoint, I promise. It's just such a wild show. I don't... Every episode, there's at least one moment where I have to drop the mic just because of, like, losing it. Like, him getting stabbed in the back by
White Power Bob.
Like,
Yeah.
is it Bill?
Yeah. White Power Bill,
White
yeah.
Power Bill, yeah. Dirty Years Bill.
I'm white.
Dear God. Oh, man, I get it. I get why people, the first time they saw it, they were like, what is this show? You know?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Out of context, like, if you just tuned in on Fox one night and this was on and just didn't get it, like...
Oh, no, yeah, this was back before serialized sitcoms really became much of a thing. So you probably thought you could just jump in and watch a comedy, and there's no way. You'd be so lost after the first episode.
Have to watch, even though, like, each episode is, like, seemingly random. You know what I mean, like you need the context from the first episode
completely. Right? Yeah.
And the carryover from each episode, from episode to episode, just strengthens the show. You know, like I love these character dynamics. I love the relationship between Joe and his dad, and Michael and everybody around him, and just like how they're kind of
Michael Cera and maybe, you know,
yeah, and how they're kind of like Michael has his family at arm's length, but at the same time he has this obligation to them.
Sure.
I love it. I love it so much because I feel like by the end of the show he's probably going to still be not a curmudgeon, but like the same person there, you know. But I think that he will let them in a little more, you know.
Sure. Even though I'm not really sure they deserve it for the most part.
That's the best part. They don't.
The fact that his family is completely awful. They are
terrible people.
That's the fun of it.
Even him, he's a bad guy.
Sometimes
he's like those trees are coming down.
Right. No, we're just gonna throw a blanket over him.
And we didn't get Tobias this episode, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tobias was at Carl Weathers' stage combat workshop.
That's
such a random
that sentence. That sentence alone is hilarious.
Oh, absolutely.
The fact that it's Carl Weathers of all people.
I know. I wish we could have seen Carl Weathers' stage fighting workshop.
We got Liza Minnelli though.
Yeah, right. That was actually nice, and a big surprise to get Liza showing up here. I'm glad she was game for something like this because it's. I mean, she obviously got it. She fit right in. She got the over the top aspect of the entire show.
What was her big role? Was it?
It was Cabaret? Was
Cabaret.
It? Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't remember if it was All That Jazz or Cabaret. I know it's one of the Fossies.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, she's always just been a fantastic performer, and you know, the last 20 years she really hasn't done much. I know, obviously, she was older at this time, you know, but I like that like shows like this exist because it gives
her a chance to get back and work.
Exactly, it gives older actors a chance to come in and just like crush it.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, we all forgot that Liza Minnelli was an insanely talented person. It's a nice box to be reminded of that.
Absolutely, and I like that she probably knows who plays Lucille.
Jessica Walter.
Thank you. I'm sure they know one another,
right?
Because their chemistry was insane. That moment between the two of them, like at least
they're just right. Yeah, just the passive aggression that just turns into blatant aggression.
It's just a gem of dark comedy.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It was a really good Jessica Walter episode too. And this is why people hate hospitals. It laughs all the way down the hall. God.
Oh my god, and I don't know if Bateman and Will Arnett were friends before the show.
And we know they are since the show for sure.
Best friends. You know, I get it.
Yeah, I do too.
Their repertoire is fantastic.
Yeah, the chemistry among the cast is really underappreciated on this show.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next one, guys.
See ya.